A lot of expectations from a budget, like everyone, but top four that comes to my mind is first, currently there is a lot of stress in the infrastructure sector for the various projects. There are challenges in the last mile to get these projects into the system. Addressing this particular stress would ensure that a lot of this capacity across sectors come into the system, and that's the first key expectation. Maybe a dispensation to really ensure that potential NPAs can be avoided, or in a case where to encourage more M&A, a takeover by a resourceful investor, be it domestic or a foreign, may look at these assets differently to ensure that these viable projects doesn't get stranded. Second, one of the key requirements for infrastructure sector is to provide access to long tenor and low cost funds, because without that this entire sector would find a challenge in terms of providing affordable user charges to the consumers, which is becoming an increasing demand across sectors. Maybe government can think of creating a fund which can raise in turn, based on the government backing, long-term funds for the various institutional investors, both domestic and foreign. And this fund can be used for a multiple uses to provide a last mile equity, to provide resources, because that's important from a fuel security point of view as well. We need a third, we need a institutional response for renegotiation of commercial issues across various concessions and the PPP contracts, to take care of unforeseen conditions that evolve or emerge as the project progresses. This is very important feature, again to de-bottleneck a lot of projects which are stuck with a variety of reasons. While we today do some of part of it, but there is no institutional response and a structured methodology around this, and this will also go a long way to de-bottleneck many projects to get into the system. Last but not least, especially on the fuel side, we need a lot of reforms to ensure that we have a lot of domestic coal available to the projects rather than importing a lot of amount of coal, denationalization of a coal act, permitting private players in the merchant mining and as a mining as a sector, and reorientation of Coal India Limited to have a more productivity enhanced measures adopted, and more efficient measures will go a long way to address one of these key requirements for the infrastructure sector. Thank you.